Okay, yes, this painting is called Liberated Ukrainian Women, which is a bit of a piss take, but it's actually about the fact they bring the pornography industry back to Ukraine. At one point, Ukraine was under the Soviet Union. Women in Ukraine were liberated. They had free healthcare and education. They went to universities for free, so a lot of women became doctors, architects, engineers. And when communism collapsed and Ukraine seceded from the Soviet Union and the Soviet Union's collapse, it pretty much became a haven for Ukrainian gangsters, people smugglers, the sex trade, drug traffickers, and essentially the fallout was women got highly exploited by a very conservative system that was established there, that was mostly based on a lot of chauvinism and exploitation that women now go through in Ukraine, because without socialism, unfortunately, that's what happened. The man in the Nazi uniform is a reference to the fact that the first Ukrainian nationalists were called the Savavia. They were actually collaborators with the Nazis during the Second World War and the massacrings of Jews and Gypsies and ethnic Belarusian people. So I was using this to point out the exploitation that occurs in Ukraine, that Zelensky's regime is not a bed of roses. As a matter of fact, it actually is just as corrupt and just as degenerate as any other country that the West back, and they're not victims. The way they treat their people is appalling. So, and also the Ukrainian soldiers are actually conscripted, cannot leave the country, they cannot desert their posts, they freeze their bank accounts and force them to illegally fight against their will. So that's what I did this painting about.